let's talk about this and about the semi-space in general. Kristina Partsinevelos joins me now with more. Hi, Kristina.
Hi, Morgan. It's funny, when he said that, you did see the reaction in the chip sector. Many of the, the common names, NVIDIA, Broadcom, the SOX ETF, all falling today. There was one outlier, and that was Intel. Intel shares are actually positive today. That's because President Trump really brought up the point of building on U.S. soil. When you think about all the options to build on U.S. soil, there aren't many. There's TSMC in Arizona. There's a few other locations. You have Samsung, specifically more towards memory, Global Foundries, which is more lagging edge. And so for Intel, it would seem like that would be the obvious answer. The problem is Intel's foundry business, and Morgan, I know you know this because we talked about it in the 4 o'clock show, just has really been struggling. Their most recent earnings report, they posted a 10Q, and they said that if they do not get an external customer for their more advanced process they're working on called 14A, then they're willing to forego all of their production plans specifically for that line, that more advanced line. They also said they were willing to work with other foundries if they can't get that line off the ground. And then another report today, Reuters saying that there's issues with 18A and that there may not be as many chips made on this advanced process. So that just goes to show the lack of confidence in this foundry business. So it's difficult to see how President Trump would say that it's going to be Intel coming to the rescue when Intel itself is struggling so much to build advanced chips on U.S. soil.
Yeah, I thought the move in Global Foundries after their earnings today, speaking of foundries in the U.S., was very interesting as well. Kristina, how's this going to set us up for AMD earnings?
Yeah, there's one point I wanted to add to that in regards to the foundries, though. Intel, there is a rumor coming from Taiwanese outlets that, TSMC is being used as a middleman right now between Taiwan and U.S. negotiations. They're saying that TSMC could potentially have to take a 49% stake in Intel in order to get their tariffs lowered to 15%. Right now it's at 20%. So it's just interesting how they're using that as a chip in their negotiations. For AMD, to answer your question, which is what you wanted to know, AMD stock has really run up about 46% year to date, more than any other chip out there. So expectations are very high. Why are expectations high? Because investors believe that AMD can finally get a piece of that AI pie. There's the MI 300 series, more advanced 355X, that is moving forward. You have the China sales that are coming back into play now that they are able to ship with a license. You have these rack solutions. AMD acquired ZT Systems, and that's allowing them to provide an entire rack versus just the chip, and that allows them to better compete against NVIDIA. And then you also have the CPU gains against Intel. So there's many reasons for this bull thesis, but as we saw, Morgan, with so many other chip names, expectations are so high. Texas Instruments, onsemi, Lattice, the list continues that you really saw their stocks drop dramatically post-earnings when it just didn't hit that threshold of expectations.
Okay, we'll see what we get after the bell. I saw what you did there, too. Chip and negotiations.
Thank you.
Kristina Partsinevelos.